Hey, family. So, as coaches and teachers, a lot of times we have to teach knowledge that goes beyond just memorization, and really and truly, if we want to impart value to our students and clients beyond something that can just be regurgitated or researched on the internet and you can get it for free, you really have to be able to impart your knowledge in a way that helps them level up, you know. So how do you do that? And a lot of times, what we end up having to do is to create content and courses where it really comes down to memorization, when it's really about having the ability to be flexible and to think critically and to analyze and do different things. One of the ways that I have done this is to actually create a chatbot assistant, okay, with Chatbot Builder AI, and it has allowed me to use and leverage artificial intelligence to basically level up what I can do within my courses and help students to learn, because I have a very specific knowledge base and skill that I've developed over 20 years. And a lot of it is just, it goes beyond just memorization and regurgitating things. Okay. What I want to do today is to show you how to create this chatbot assistant within Chatbot Builder AI that is immensely valuable for coaches and teachers and clients in helping them to learn information and knowledge that is beyond just memorizing things. Okay, so here we go. So first, let's start by logging in to Chatbot Builder AI. So this is the website here. So Chatbot Builder AI, and you're going to log in. All right. And when you log in, you're going to come to this particular analytics page. So this is just going to basically show you everything that you have access to. You're going to have a menu over here or tabs over here that you can click on and go to. And basically, this is how you get started with Chatbot Builder AI. Now, I'd like to show you what the end is, or what the end product is, so you can have an idea of where we're going to be going with this. So I've already created this chatbot, so I'm just going to show you how it works. Okay. So the first thing that you see right straight out the box here is the actual welcome message. Okay. So this is actually what's called a flow, and I'm going to be building 3 flows here. So the first is going to be the welcome message, then there's going to be the default reply flow, and then there's going to be what I call the tutor mode flow. Okay, so the welcome message is here, and as soon as I type something or ask a question, then the default reply flow starts here. So I've already got a couple of buttons that a person can actually use here to click and get started if they don't know where to start. So I'll just say here, I'll just click Commit Physics. And then as soon as I click that, you see these little buttons right here. Now I'm in the next flow. I'm in the default reply flow. So here it explains what Physics is. All right. So as soon as I click this Physics button here, or click this button here, you see Physics comes up, and then it gives me an explanation of Physics. This is the second flow that starts. Okay, so as soon as the welcome message starts, and then a question comes up, which right here the dark green box is a question. I might type a question. What is Physics? Okay, and so either way, as soon as I asked or typed the question in, the flow starts. So the second flow starts. Okay. But I also have a third flow where within this course that I've created and stuff, the students have the ability to ask questions and to call up a tutor. So what I want to do is to call the third flow, which I've done, is to add a tutor flow, and I call it the Socratic method tutor. Okay. So as soon as I type that in, then the next flow starts. And this is now, it's in a mode where it can start to ask questions like the Socratic method, and just start to do different things. So three different flows that I've created here, and I'm going to show you what that means and how that works. So basically, there's also I can also say quit or exit, and it exits out that flow, and then it actually goes back to the default reply flow. Okay, it's asking me. I had to say exit Socratic method flow. Okay, so now I gave it a keyword. So I said exit at first. It didn't respond, but I gave it the keyword to exit that flow. But now it goes back to the default reply flow, and I'll explain a little bit more about what that means here in a little bit. Okay, so I'll also have the inquiry based method. So that's another method that I have incorporated into this tutor flow. So I just went back to the tutor flow. Okay. So I'm just showing you, I'm jumping around here a little bit, but this is just showing you how how everything works here. Okay. So this is starting with the end in mind, and I will now show you how I built this and what this stuff here means. So I'll actually, at the end, I'll go through both of these and let you see how they work. Okay. But right now, I just want to focus on showing you how to get this built out, and so it's useful for you. All right. So now where we are is the canvas. So we're behind the scenes now, inside the workings, or how the chatbot works. Okay. So I'm going to show you how we created this particular welcome message flow. So as I told you before, we had three different flows. So this is the welcome message flow. Then we got the default reply flow. And then we have the tutor mode flow. Okay. So you'll see that with the welcome message, I already have instructions here. And then with the default reply flow, there's a lot of stuff that goes on under the hood, and I'll show you how to do that. And with the tutor mode flow, I actually had to start that with a conditions box. And then you'll see that I have two different modes here that I have. Okay. So so I'm going to go and show you how to start building these. So first, we're going to go to the flow, and how we get here is that we just click flows. Okay. And then that's going to take us to this particular page. And then we're going to create, so we got it organized in different folders, and I'm going to actually create a welcome message flow. Now, most of the times I don't just create these from scratch. I'm just showing you how to do this, but I'll duplicate stuff, and so it's just quicker. I'm going to call this tutor mode welcome. Okay. Demo. Tutor mode welcome demo. So I'm creating that first welcome message. And if you notice here, there's nothing in this. So I got this box. I got the start button, the box that says send message, but it has nothing in it right now. So in order to add something to it, so in other words, I got to fix this box up. So this is what I'm getting ready to create here. Okay. So how I do that is I click on the box, and then this comes up, and I have to add content. All right. So the first thing that I want to add here is a text box. Okay. And this text box is actually what people are going to see when the welcome message opens. Okay. So that's when I first started. You saw that welcome message open up. So I already have a welcome message here, and this is what it says. So it says, welcome to KCL. I'm Sam, and I'm here to help you explore esoteric symbolism and metaphysics. For detailed guidance, type in tutor mode inquiry-based learning or tutor mode Socratic tutor method. To leave tutor mode, always type exit tutor mode or quit tutor mode. For a list of commands, type chatbot options. Okay, so this is what I'm going to put in the chatbot in the tutor mode. Okay, so I'm gonna just copy and paste that here. Okay, and then I added a couple of buttons, and one button was to go to another flow. So this was to go to the default reply flow, but I just called it metaphysics. Okay, and then this says it is to start a flow. Okay, and then this box comes up, and then it's going to ask me what flow do I want to start. So nothing selected. So I click metaphysics default reply flow. Okay, and this is the next flow. This is the second flow. So immediately when they click this button, it's going to start this flow, and I'll show you why this is important here in a second. Okay, so now I'm going to go back to this box, and then I had another button, esoteric symbolism. So I'm going to add that button and just label it symbolism. Okay, and then I'm going to start another flow, and it's just going to go again to the same flow. So the default reply flow. Okay, so both these buttons are going to start the same flow. Okay, but I know here I got to watch out because I knew I had another box, but I can actually just point this button up here. So they're both going to go to the same flow, same default reply flow. Okay, so that's what I did. So I've created the welcome message. So that's basically it for the welcome message. Okay, and this here is just to basically help people to understand how they can use the box. That's what I'm using this welcome message for. How do I use the box? What can the bot? What can I do with it? Okay, so we're gonna publish that. And now we got this welcome message created. Okay, so now I'm going to come out of this, and now I'm going to create the default reply flow. This is going to be a lot more detailed. Okay, so I'm going to go through a lot of different steps here to create the default reply flow. All right, so let's go to flows. Let's go to default reply flow. So I just go into the folder, default reply, so where I have it organized. And then you see I already have this here, so metaphysics default reply flow, but I'm gonna show you how I created that, okay? So what we're doing now is we're going to move to this particular flow here. Now it looks really simple, and for the most part it is, but there's a lot of knowledge and information that we have to add here. So I'm going to click into this one and just show you what the finished product is and what it looks like. Okay, and now I have a tag added here for specific purpose of how I have my account structured. So with this default reply flow, you have this form, all right, that you have to complete, and this is after you've chosen. Well, let me go back here. With this flow, you have to. I had to actually add a step here, an action step, and I'll show you what I mean by that here. But I had to create an OpenAI action step, and then within OpenAI, now I have to have my bot communicate with OpenAI in a way. That's what this form is doing. So it's setting up how I communicate with the LLM or OpenAI large language model, or whichever one that you want to use, OpenAI, Gemini, Claude, whichever one. But I like to use OpenAI and ChatGPT. So you have a number of different things that you can choose here. Okay, So I'm going to show you again. So right now I have chat prompt template pick. I got GPT-4o mini, Metaphysics enhanced prompt, and this means something here. So I'm going to show you these two things here are connected. Okay. User input message. So this is what the user types. Okay. So in other words, when I type that green, type the button earlier, and you saw the green text, then this is what's coming up. Then the AI text is the gray box that ends up coming up. This is what the AI types back to the user. So I also have a function here that I had to make a function call to that third flow. So, and I'll show you how I did that here, but I had to go to create this function that that the AI is going to call and start that tutor flow. Okay. So remember the conversation, and then the temperature. This is basically how liberal do you want the LLM to answer for you. Okay. So the higher this goes up to 0.9. So the higher that temperature, then the less less structured it will be. The higher you go in temperature, then it'll pretty much just go off on its own, and it'll just it won't even use this stuff here that I've already, the prompts and stuff that I've used. It will just pretty much answer just about anything. Okay. So the lower the temperature is, the more structured it's going to be, and the more inflexible the AI is going to be. So I found that with what I'm doing here, putting it at about a 3 because of the specialized knowledge that I have and have accumulated. I wanted to kind of stay within that specialized knowledge, because there's a lot of other knowledge within this frame that a lot of people have used over the years. It's incorrect. Okay. It's like people just building incorrect knowledge on top of incorrect knowledge. So I wanted to stay within the bounds of what I'm doing. Here, the output tokens, I just basically let it output whatever it needs to do to answer the questions. Okay. So I'm going to show you now how to build this default reply flow and what this means. So this is going to get pretty detailed. Okay. So going back to the flows, I'm going to add the flow, and this is going to be, I'm going to call it just tutor mode default reply. All right. So I've got the canvas up here. All right. So now I have to add in some stuff. All right. So the first thing I'm going to do is add content, and I have to create I'm going to use an action. That action is going to be OpenAI. Okay, so that's how I got this OpenAI. So you see that here, this OpenAI. That's how I got that here. Okay, but now I have to click into the OpenAI because there's some stuff I have to fill out here. So you'll see here it just has some general stuff. So it's general text. So the different options I have is general text, generate text, generate text advanced, generate text prompt template, generate text assistant, generate image, analyze image. So a lot of different things that can be done starting with this form. Okay. Now, what I've done is I've created a prompt template. Okay. So I'm going to say generate text prompt template, and I'm going to show you what that means here in a minute. All right. So I've got the GPT-4 mini. That's the model that I've chosen. Okay. And then the prompt template is something that I had to create beforehand. Okay. And I just called it the Metaphysics enhanced template. All right. So then create the user message. So when the user types, it's going to type to the LLM, and this is the last input. And then I'm going to save that to a custom field, and I can just save it to AI text. And then it's got contact human user. I'm taking that out for now. I'm going to leave that blank for now because I got to show you how I added the function. And then, yes, remember the conversation. Here you see the temperature is at a 0.5. I want to make it at a 3. Okay. And then has 250 character max tokens. I'm just going to delete that and just leave it at 0 and then click continue. But before I do that, I want to show you what these two things here mean. So generate text, prompt template, and Metaphysics Assistant enhanced. Okay. So I'm going to click continue. And then I'm going to go back. Oh, I just messed up. Okay, I just messed up here because I didn't save any of that. So all of that stuff that I put in there, okay, no, it did save it. Okay, so I click continue, and then I'm going to hit publish. Okay, so that makes sure that it's saved. Then I'm going to click flow, click back out to flows, and then I'm going to show you how I basically structure the bot. So this is where the magic happens. So the specialized knowledge that this bot has, I have to now create that knowledge base for it. And this is where I create that. So I go to, so I clicked settings, and then I go to integrations, and then I go to OpenAI Chat GPT, and then I click prompt templates manage. Okay. So I literally had to create this knowledge base for this particular bot. Okay. Now it took me a lot of hours to create this knowledge base. So it is essentially about 5,000 words. 5,000 words, probably about 16,000 characters. Okay. But this is the magic. This is actually training the bot and telling the bot how you want it to interact, how you want it to ask questions and answer questions and stuff like that. So when I created the assistant, this frames the way that the bot is going to interact with the clients. So this is what this prompt is doing. Okay. So I wanted to stay within the frame of this prompt. So I created that and put all the instructions in it. Again, takes a while to do that, to basically create your prompt. This is the magic. Okay. So I click save. Okay. And then this is where I came over to, well, I got to go back now. Okay, going back to the Tutor default reply flow. Okay, and then this is where now that prompt is what I actually pulled into this flow. Okay, so this is what, so when it said prompt templates, okay, the prompt templates here from the settings area. So I'm settings, integrations. This is what I pulled in. Okay, all right. So that's how this this particular chatbot is going to operate. All right. So now what I have to do, the way I have this set up right now, when the AI answers, there won't be you'll never see anything in the box for the user. Okay. So in other words, I created, so the user types in something. Now the AI has to send this message to the user. But right now, the way I have it set up, there's this box here. I have to create this container for this information. Okay. So the way that I do that is I have to add content again, and then I have to create text, a text box. Okay. So what I have to do is I have to match the custom field that I put inside the OpenAI. So I had a text box. Okay. So OpenAI text, publish, and I'll show you what I mean here. So inside the OpenAI, I have this text here. Okay. And inside this text, or this custom field, and inside this box, I have to match those custom fields. So in other words, it's telling the AI, when you send your message, send it to this custom field so that the user can see it. So when the AI sends the message, so I asked the question, what is esoteric? Then the AI shoots it out in this box here. So that's what I just created. So let's go back to here. And now, so I just created that box. Now there's a second way I can do that, and I can put that box outside of outside this, but I just put it inside here with the AI. That's welcome. That's fine. So now I have this AI trained on the specific knowledge with the metaphysics enhanced. I have it trained on this specific knowledge and everything. But now I also want to set up to where the AI could actually answer questions, or now it can be a tutor. Okay, so I'm going to set up now a third flow. Okay, so that flow is going to be what's called the tutor flow. Where am I? Okay, there we go. So now I'm going to set up this flow here. So the tutor flow is where I have two different methods. I need to, so I'm just labeling those. All right. But you'll see this Socratic tutor method and then inquiry-based learning method. Okay. So those are the two methods. So I had to start this off a different way. So let me go, and I can come back here and go to flows. And I'm going to create, I can actually create that anywhere. So I'm just going to create a default reply flow. Okay. So tutor mode. So I'm going to add tutor mode flow. Okay. So that's what I'm going to call it. Tutor mode flow. So again, the message, nothing in the message. So, but here I'm going to add a condition block first. Okay. So the condition block is going to be the start. So here first, this was the start. So now I'm going to change this to where this will be the start. And then I have to add in the conditions, okay, that I want. So I want it to be any of the following conditions. So in other words, there's going to be, if it chooses this, do this. If it chooses that, do that. Okay. So any of the below conditions. So I'm going to create where I'm going to add the tag, and I've already added already created the tag. So I'm going to create this, look for the tag, and the tag is, and then I'm going to look for the Socratic method tutor. Okay. So that's the tag that I want here. And then I'm going to create another condition. So, and then I'm going to do the same thing. So this is just a toggle. Okay. And then I'm going to create the inquiry-based method tag. Okay. Which I've already created it. So inquiry-based method is, and then inquiry-based learning tag. Okay. And then I'm going to save that. So I've got two different tags here. Okay. So now what I'm going to do now is actually create the two messages. Okay. And I'm going to go through how to create the Socratic method block, and I'll go to really in detail, but you're just going to do this 2 times, and then there's going to be one little change between these two that I'm going to talk about to show you the differences. Okay. So here I've actually, so I want to create or add content, and I want to go to an action step. And now I want to add an OpenAI action step here. Okay. The reason being is that the OpenAI is going to be work in concert with your prompt, your business prompt. And I'm going to show you this is going to be a little bit different how I do this prompt here. So here I'm going to go to Generate Text Advanced. Remember the previous default reply flow, I had a prompt template. Here I'm going to Generate Text Advanced. I'm going to keep the same, the mini model, okay? but I'm going to be a little bit different and using this business information prompt as my knowledge base. So I'm literally creating a knowledge base for this particular flow. Okay. And I got to create a knowledge base for the Socratic method and for the inquiry based method. All right. Now, what I've done is I've created, so I'm using the knowledge base because with this tutor, I want this tutor to have all the knowledge that the whole bot has. Okay. So I'm literally using the whole um, assistant prompt that I created. It is 32 pages. Okay. So with the 4.0 mini, it has an immense context window. So I'm going to click Control A, and then I'm going to copy. I could have clicked Control C. Okay, and then where is my deal? Okay, Generate Text Advanced, and then I'm going to click here, and then I'm just going to paste all of that in here. Okay. Now, it has all the knowledge base of my bot, okay? All the knowledge base that I wanted, but I want it to be a tutor, okay? So I have to add the training or conditions for it to be a tutor, all right? So I created a Socratic method tutor, okay? And so this is actually 6 pages, all right. So again, this is where the magic has. So I have to set this all up. I have to set up the how it's going to the tone, how it's going to act, the personality, the knowledge that it's going to use, how it's going to ask the questions, everything. So again, I'm going to hit Control A, and then I'm just going to add this to the end of this. Okay, and then I'll click Paste. All right. So now I just set up the Socratic tutor. All right. Now all this stuff here. So the user input message, and then what I did here is I actually changed the custom response field because I want to know if there's any problems or trouble that comes up. I want to be able to tell the difference between which flow is being used and accessed. Okay, so I created a comment response, AI comment response. This is where, so all I'm doing is creating this box again for this particular flow. Okay, so I'm going to put it in the comment response, and then here the user. And so remember conversation, and I'm going to set the temperature again to 3, and then I'm going to just leave this blank. Okay. So now I've just set up the tutor flow for the Socratic method. Okay. So it's a lot of stuff here. All right. But I also I want this flow. So once a person finishes with this flow, I want them to be able to exit it, okay? Because it's answering questions and doing questions in a specific way. They might not want the whole lesson to go that way. So I've created another function, okay, that all they have to do is click exit, so to return to the Metaphysics default reply flow. So I told it the keywords exit tutor mode flow or whatever, and it's going to automatically, so it's going to exit that this tutor mode and then go back to the default reply flow. Okay, so I have to connect this. So now I connect this here, and this flow is added. Okay, so in this particular, so now this is the Socratic method flow. Okay. Oh, sorry. Socratic method tutor. Okay. And then, so here I want to add another text box. Send message. Okay. And I'm going to do the same thing that I did with, oops, nope. I actually want to add OpenAI. So I want to add an action, OpenAI, and then I'm going to put, again, all the information. So I'm going to take the 32 pages of information, put it in this one as well. Okay, so the business prompt. So here I'm clicking Generate Text Advanced, keeping it 4.0 mini again, and then I'm going to paste my prompt in here. Okay, but I'm going to add one a little different because I also did one because I want this to ask questions in another way other than the Socratic method. So I'm actually creating this. I created an inquiry-based flow. So here and copy, and I'm going to add this to the end of this. Okay. So now I have two different flows, and I'm going to use the AI comment response again. And then when it wants to, I want it to end this flow, I click that, return to kinetic physics default reply flow. Also put that at a 3 and remove this. Okay. And so now that particular block is set. So I want to do that. Okay. So now I have the inquiry-based method flow set. Inquiry. Okay, so the inquiry-based tutor, and that flow is now set. Okay, click publish. Okay, and now let me go back to the default reply flow, tutor mode default reply flow, and I have to add something else. Okay, oops. So here I wanted to call the tutor flow when they type in tutor mode. So I just call that tutor mode, and I'll show you how I created that here in just a second. Okay. So now when the person is asking or using the default reply flow, and then they want to go into tutor mode, now they could just type in Socratic tutor mode, and then it'll take them to that next flow. All right. So I'll click publish. Now let me go back and show you how I added that. Okay. So let's go to flows. And let's go to settings. And then integrations, Chat GPT, and then functions. So another way you can think of functions is triggers. Okay. So what I did was created 2 triggers. So when I want the person to be able to call up the tutor mode, I created this trigger. Okay. And I have to give it a name that the large language model can recognize and tell it what it means. Okay. So I called it tutor mode, and remember when I said that the keywords that I want to use is Socratic tutor mode. Okay. Well, now this flick, or when they click tutor mode or Socratic tutor mode or whatever, then it goes to that particular, it's going to go to this flow and this condition. Okay. Now, the way that it's going to recognize these conditions is through the tags. Okay. So when they click Socratic tutor mode, it's going to trigger this flow and take them into this mode. If they type in inquiry-based learning mode, it's going to trigger, the tag is going to trigger, and it's going to take them into this flow here. Okay. So that's how that works. All right. So I created this function. Okay. Continue. And then now I also created a function that helps them to exit. So return to Comedics physics default reply flow. I named it what I wanted it to do so the large language model can recognize that. So return to Comedic physics default reply flow. When user types turn off tutor mode or exit, you will return to Comedic's default reply flow. Actually, I probably should say exit tutor mode because I didn't recognize that when I did that earlier. You will return to the default reply flow. The flow that's triggered is the default reply, Comedic physics default reply flow. All right, family. So that was about creating a chatbot that will help your clients and students be able to learn more, to be able to access your knowledge and information deeper, on a deeper level. Okay. So I created 3 flows here. So the welcome message flow, the default reply flow, and the tutor mode. Okay. So 3 different flows. So now I can show you how this works. All right, so I'll just go through it for a few minutes. Okay, so I'm gonna type in Socratic tutor mode. Okay, so I'm skipping over the default reply for now, and it's gonna go straight to the Socratic tutor mode. So it says, welcome to tutor mode. I'm here to guide you through your learning journey with a focus on esoteric symbolism, ancient texts, and Comedic physics. To get started with the specific topic or concept, what specific topic or concept would you like to explore today? Feel free to ask a question. I'll provide detailed step-by-step explanations to help deepen your understanding. Okay, so I'll just say, I want to explore the concept of enlightenment. Okay. All right, you'll see it was a little bit slow in responding there, and that's because I got an unlimited token amount. So it just basically took a lot of time to basically get all this information. So it says, wonderful choice. So enlightenment is a profound concept that spans various philosophical, spiritual, and esoteric traditions. Let's break it down step by step. Step 1, understanding enlightenment. Literal meaning. Enlightenment often refers to a state of gaining knowledge, insight, or understanding, particularly in a spiritual or philosophical context. It can signify a profound realization, truth, or the nature of existence. Esoteric meaning. In esoteric traditions, enlightenment represents a transformation of consciousness. It involves awakening to one's true nature, transcending the limitations of the ego, and realizing the interconnectedness of all life. This state is often associated with inner peace, wisdom, and a deep sense of unity with the universe. Symbolic references. Enlightenment is frequently symbolized by light in many traditions. Light represents knowledge, clarity, and spiritual awakening. For example, in the context of the Eye of Horus, the eye symbolizes perception and insight, guiding one toward enlightenment. So the Eye of Horus is the eye that is the Egyptian Eye of Horus that many of us, many people probably are familiar with. The sun. The sun is another powerful symbol of enlightenment. In ancient Egyptian mythology, Ra, the sun god, embodies the light of knowledge and the illumination of truth. The rising sun represents the dawn of understanding and dispelling of ignorance. All right. So this goes into really deep stuff. So it says at the end, it says, feel free to reflect on these questions and let me know if there are specific aspects of enlightenment that you want to explore. So I'll say enlightenment in the context of reasoning. So understanding, so great. Let's explore the concept of enlightenment in the context of reasoning, which involves the use of logic, critical thinking, and the pursuit of truth. Understanding enlightenment through reasoning. Literal meaning, a straightforward sense. Enlightenment through reasoning refers to the process of gaining knowledge and understanding through logical thought and intellectual inquiry. It emphasizes the importance of rationality in discerning truth from falsehood. Okay, so this it goes again into a lot of different things. Okay, a lot of different aspects of enlightenment. So it will just deepen the students or the client's idea of enlightenment. So I'm going to say exit Socratic method tutor. Okay. Okay. Says you've exited tutor mode. So if you have any other questions you'd like to explore, please feel free to ask. I'm here to help. Okay. Now I want to go to inquiry-based tutor mode. So inquiry-based tutor. Okay. So it says, welcome to inquiry-based tutor mode. In this mode, I'll encourage you to explore concepts through questions and guided discovery. To start, what specific aspect of enlightenment would you like to investigate? Okay, so it remembers the conversation that I just had, but I'm in a different mode. It says, what does enlighten? So what it does here is it gives me a set of questions that I can ask. Okay, and start to just go down that path. So what does enlightenment mean to you personally? How do you think reasoning plays a role in achieving enlightenment? Are there any particular philosophical or spiritual traditions you associate with enlightenment? Feel free to answer any of these questions or ask your own, and we'll delve deeper. Okay, so what does enlightenment mean to you personally? I'll just say enlightenment means the ability to gain wisdom through life experience. Okay. So now it's just thinking. I think it's thinking. Okay, so there we go. So it brings back some information. So it says, okay, that's profound understanding of enlightenment. Let's explore this concept further through inquiry and reflection. Step 1, exploring your definition. Life experience as a teacher. How do you think life experience contributes to gaining wisdom? Can you think of specific experience in your life that have led to valuable insights? Wisdom versus knowledge. In your view, how does wisdom differ from mere knowledge? Why do you think wisdom is often seen as a deeper form of understanding? Step 2, the role of reasoning in gaining wisdom. Critical reflection, integration of experiences. Step 3, broader connections, cultural perspective, impact on others. So feel free to answer any of these questions and we can continue and deeper our exploration. So for me, wisdom is the contemplation of knowledge. In other words, we can learn something from a book, but it is through our experience and application of the knowledge that we make mistakes and learn from it, which gives us wisdom. Okay. So I just gave it my answer, and then we'll just see how it, what it says here, what it does. It says that's beautifully articulated. That's a beautifully articulated perspective. Let's delve deeper into your definition of wisdom as the contemplation of knowledge and the role experience in this process. Okay, so it's just taking me through a deeper understanding, making me assess what I'm thinking, how I believe, and then it's just taking me deeper in it. So this is how this tutor mode can really help to broaden a person's knowledge, to get you beyond just memorization, just rote memory and stuff like that. So it really gets deeper into you developing or helping the user develop a deeper understanding of the content and the things that you're coaching or teaching on. Okay. So that's it, family. That's just a demonstration, a quick demonstration. You can go for hours doing this with this chatbot, but I think it is a great and valuable tool. Really using AI to help be like a sounding board for you. Okay, and that's what this chatbot really allows you to do. Now, it can do a whole lot of other things. I mean, literally help you break down esoteric knowledge, esoteric symbolism, teach you how to do esoteric symbolism, because that's something that I've been teaching on and training on for many years, and something that I have created courses about. But whatever knowledge base that you have, if you're a coach or a teacher and you have some specific or specialized knowledge, this chatbot is something that will be very helpful for you. So chatbotbuilder.ai, that's the place to be. So that's where you want to build this chatbot and really create something that is stupendous. So if you have any questions or comments, please leave them in the comment section, and please like and share it, and subscribe to my channel for if you want more of these teaching type videos on how to use Chatbot Builder and how to create knowledge bases for you as a coach and teacher. All right, family. Y'all have an amazing day.